What if I told you an Oscar win caused such an uproar? People believed it was a mistake announced by a drunk presenter on live television. That's the story that shadowed Marisa Tomei after her unforgettable performance in My Cousin Vinny. But was it really a fluke? Or was it the start of a legacy that's still underestimated to this day? Released in 1992, My Cousin Vinny was never meant to make Oscar history. Directed by Jonathan Lynn, known at the time for British comedies like Yes Minister, and written by Dale Launer, who also penned Ruthless People and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. The movie is a courtroom comedy with a fish-out-of-water twist. Two New York college kids, Bill Gambini and Stan Rothenstein, are on a road trip through the South when they get arrested for a murder they didn't commit. Their best hope, Vincent LaGuardia Gambini, a personal injury lawyer from Brooklyn with zero trial experience. And did we mention he's only just passed the bar? Joe Pesci, fresh off his Oscar-winning role in Goodfellas, plays Vinny with streetwise charm, explosive temper, and a baffling wardrobe of leather jackets and gold chains. His portrayal is both hilarious and deeply rooted in authenticity. Ralph Macchio, famous as Daniel LaRusso in The Karate Kid, was a familiar face, while Mitchell Whitfield, as his perpetually panicked buddy Stan, brought perfect neurotic energy. The great Fred Gwynne, forever Herman Munster to many, made his last film appearance as Judge Chamberlain Haller, his slow southern drawl perfectly contrasting with Vinny's rapid-fire New Yorkese. Then there is Marisa Tomei, whose Mona Lisa Vito wasn't just comic relief, she was the heart and soul of the film. A fast-talking, leopard print-wearing, unemployed hairdresser with a suspiciously deep knowledge of cars, Mona Lisa stole every scene she was in. Tomei gave the character depth, wit, and warmth, creating one of the most iconic female roles in 90s comedy. The production story behind My Cousin Vinny is just as rich. Dale Launer got the idea years earlier, after a real-life conversation with a man who'd failed the bar exam repeatedly. That encounter planted the seed. What if someone that ill-prepared actually had to defend someone in a murder trial? To get the flavor right, Launer went on a research road trip across the southern U.S., taking notes on everything from regional hospitality to the ubiquitous appearance of grits on every menu. These observations weren't just flavor text. They were woven into the script, grounding the comedy in real experiences. Casting was a puzzle in itself. Robert De Niro was floated as a potential Vinny, but was deemed too serious for the role. Joe Pesci was brought on instead, channeling a lifetime of Brooklyn guys he knew to bring Vinny to life. Meanwhile, Marisa Tomei's casting almost didn't happen. Studio executives didn't see her as essential. It took a fight from director Jonathan Lynn, who saw her past performances and sensed her potential, to keep her in the film. That decision would prove career-defining. Filming on location in Georgia brought its own challenges. Scenes were shot in an actual functioning prison in Gainesville, complete with real inmates shouting at the cast. It was eerie, intimidating, and completely immersive. Security was tight, and the trek to the shooting location inside the prison could take nearly an hour. This gritty setting added unexpected realism to a film that otherwise played like a farce. The humor in My Cousin Vinny wasn't just slapstick, it was sharp and character-driven. One of the most famous lines, "The two Utes," came directly from an actual rehearsal conversation between Pesci and director Lynn. When Pesci pronounced youths as Utes, Lynn was baffled and then inspired. It made its way into the script immediately, becoming one of the most quoted exchanges in modern movie history. When the movie was released, it was a box office success and received strong reviews. Critics praised the writing, the unique blend of legal drama and comedy, and especially the performances. But no one expected it to break into Oscar territory, especially not in a category traditionally dominated by dramatic roles. But then it happened. Marisa was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. On Oscar night, Jack Palance opened the envelope and announced Marisa's name. The room, filled with industry veterans and heavy hitters, was stunned. She had been up against legends, Vanessa Redgrave for Howard's End, Joan Plowright for Enchanted April, Miranda Richardson for Damage, and Judy Davis for Husbands and Wives. All dramatic performances, all from actresses with decades of credits. Tomei had fewer than a dozen roles under her belt. The fallout was swift and vicious. Conspiracy theories sprang up, fueled by Palance's reputation for unpredictability. The most popular theory? That he'd read the wrong name by mistake. Some even claimed he was drunk or couldn't see the teleprompter. Others whispered about studio influence or backroom deals. The rumor persisted for years, gaining new life every award season. But none of it was true. The Academy confirmed repeatedly that there are safeguards in place. If the wrong name is read, accountants backstage step in immediately. That didn't happen. Jack Palance said the right name. Marisa won right and square. Still, the damage lingered. Instead of being celebrated, Marisa was constantly questioned. She later admitted the controversy took an emotional toll, but the performance itself stands the test of time. Her delivery during the courtroom cross-examination, breaking down car mechanics with pinpoint comedic timing, was a masterclass. Her accent, her attitude, her confidence, it was all pitch perfect. Critics and audiences have since come around, and today, many regard her win as not just justified, but essential in recognizing comedic talent at the Oscars. My Cousin Vinny didn't just entertain, it educated. Law professors often show it to students for its accurate courtroom scenes. It challenged the idea that only dramas could be award-worthy, and it helped pave the way for future comedy performances to be taken seriously by the Academy. Director Jonathan Lynn's career got a boost. Dale Launer continued writing, and Marisa Tomei. She proved she wasn't a one-hit wonder, going on to roles in The Wrestler, In the Bedroom, and even the Spider-Man franchise, yet for many, she'll always be Mona Lisa Vito. Today, the film's legacy is secure. It's still quoted, still referenced in courtrooms, and still shown in classrooms. And that Oscar, it may have been controversial, but it also made history. So, was Marisa Tomei's win really a mistake? Or was it a rare moment of Oscar clarity? Maybe it was the Academy, for once, rewarding pure talent over pedigree.